What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to propagate, 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 propagate into the realm. Dun, 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 into the realm. Dun, 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 into the realm. Do do. Do 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 do. Propagate. Y'all just gonna have to go with it, okay? Y'all just have to catch up, get on the good foot, go with it. I gotta fix this, right? I gotta go with it, right? Fix it. Look good? It's okay? Oh my, you got a crown. Oh, very demure, very mindful. Oh. So, what's up with you? How y'all feeling? Y'all okay? You okay? Y'all good? I have to ask that because, it's a different time. We're going into a shifting of the guards, so to speak. So hopefully you're not feeling too shaky about things. Hopefully you're not letting them confuse you, distract you, take you for a ride. This is your journey, okay? Even if you're in NPC mode, this is your journey. So you're choosing. All on you. Good luck. Well, I think that you should be a better person. How about that?
I want to say that we are all in for some tough times ahead. And when I say we, I mean you. Michelle, Sasha, Malia, myself, and Bo are going to be right here, rooting for you all the way. Good night, and may God bless the United States of America.
We all gonna die!
What say you, Donald? Wrong. You shouldn't be a person at all. You should listen to us. So what do you got going on? So I turned the brightness up just a little bit. But things have shifted to the point where we have to, and really you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You can do NPC mode, of course, but that's between you and you. So yeah. What do you want to talk about? Like, for me, I'm just coasting. Going through these ebbs, these flows. And I'm enjoying this life. I don't have any real problems, and when I do have problems, if I do feel some type of way, I can step back. You have to realize that you can step back away from it. These emotions, they're electrochemical responses. They're brought about by stimuli, things that coax you. They're just brought about by it. But you control all of that. No, I can't control it. I'm having a bad day. Well, guess you're going to have a bad day then. My word. So yeah. If you're going to have that bad day, have that bad day. But just know, if you're on this level, you can bring yourself out of that. It's not really that deep. It's a one big game. So, hopefully you're not being coaxed and swayed. But yeah. What should we talk about? Like, going back through the history of the world, you see so much that what happened to us? You know? Abu Bakr II. Well, see? Like, let's talk about Europe. Most people don't know about European history. European history is riddled with hypocrisy, riddled with falsities, and nobody really talks about it. Nobody talks about the Habsburg family, the Normans. During World War II, what were they actually fighting for? What was National Socialism? Can you actually respond to that besides saying they were evil? Really? Have you really watched any of their videos? No, because most of it's in German. And the translated versions, most people don't even watch. Most people don't know about it, especially if you're not scholarly. You're not going to focus on that stuff. You're going to watch movies or TV shows, Hogan's Heroes kind of thing.
Colonel Robert Hogan, Senior Officer of the Prison War, reporting, sir.
Yeah, we have met, I believe. Jawohl. Jawohl.
Oh, excuse me, sir. You've got a bit of a loose pipe.
Take your hands off him!
Get off, Governor.
Where's my monocle?
It seems to be in my hand, Herr General.
I believe I have an explanation for this, sir. Go ahead.
Schultz! Where is that radio? They didn't tell me! Fired it once! Jawohl! Hogan!
Where does that voice come from?
The evaluation of yesterday's raid.
From the accent, I'd say England.
Downfall. Even though Downfall was actually a very, very good depiction of what took place. I mean, these people were people. Beyond the mystical, the occult. They were people. But if you look at it from an occult standpoint, there was a lot of stuff going on that you know absolutely nothing about. And if you actually looked at World War II, you would get a very big depiction on what was taking place, even though it gets glossed over at this point because it's damning. It's very damaging for some nations that were in power, that are still in power. It's just damaging.
You mean there's more?
Yes, ma'am. The Duke of Windsor made his loyalties clear as soon as he became king. He also shared classified Allied documents with the Duchess of Windsor, who was herself sharing a bed, forgive me, ma'am, with the German ambassador. It became so bad that the government had to stop putting secret and sensitive papers in his red box. Having promised to retire from public life, we now know that he had no such intention. Why else would the pair of them decide to visit Hitler in Germany?
Willkommen. Heil Hitler!
The Führer labeled the trip an unofficial state visit at the home of Herr Hesse. The plan was hatched. A plan to reinstate the Duke of Windsor as King of England in return for German forces being given free rein across Europe. And there were visits to SS training schools and early versions of the concentration camps. Now, of course, the full horrors were yet to come. Nonetheless, he visited.
So it's easier and far more simplistic to just paint a good and bad point of view, perspective. So yeah. Tell us more about Europe. Well, I don't like to toot that horn because people take it and run with it, but there were a lot more melanated people in Europe than what is actually generally known. There's nobilities, royalty, even, from Europe. Well, that's not true. You're just trying to paint a picture. Excuse me. Jeb, calm down. Do your research. Look at specific tapestries. Those are forgeries. They're fake. Look, just because you don't want to face the truth doesn't matter, okay? What happened to you was just as bad, okay? I apologize that everybody on this sphere was treated improperly. It's not a sphere. It's flat. Okay. I'm game for that. Please. Prove it. The ice wall. Well, there is such a thing. Yes, there is an ice wall. But, yes, I need more evidence, please. Seeing to the point where a lot of places that you're told about, people can't go outside of having specific permits. I'm really skeptical at this point that most people who scream out they're knowledgeable aren't very knowledgeable, and they're just regurgitating things that they have read about. Okay, so it's, what are you doing? Well, not only am I regurgitating things that I've actually read about, but when you get to a specific point of knowing, you create, sir, ma'am, you create. That sounds like a bunch of hooey to me. Okay. I'm not here to prove anything to you because I don't care. And when things change very drastically and certain people who are very obscure are hoisted into the forefront, I'd like to hear what you have to say then. It's funny how people go from naysayers to, oh, I love them. I've always loved them. It's like, oh God, he's cute.
Mon capitaine, how I've missed you.
Oh dear, you're a bit older than I imagined. Let me catch up. There.
Q. God damn Q.
So yeah, funny how that works, right? But you have to look at history with a different perspective, because it's not what you were taught. It's very much so different. It's very rigid. It's not so cut and dry. Families, bloodlines come and go. It's very, who went to the Americas first, you know? The Olmec get overlooked, and that's not even their real name, but we'll go with the Olmec. So yeah. A lot of places around this globe that, you know, you don't even know anything about. It's interesting to me how we just overlook a lot of this stuff. But they tell us what we should be looking at. They wouldn't lead us astray. Of course they wouldn't. They need you. They don't need you to be smart. They don't need you to be questioning things. They need you to listen. To be distracted. To be controlled. What do you need them to be then? Since you're the head of us. Since you're at the head of the organization. I need them to be energetically inclined. Because of the season we're going in, we need that energy. And not to feed on. We need it to propagate. Does this civilization want to survive? What's coming next? To be determined. But just rest assured, even if the civilization falls, we'll restart you back up. No worries, okay? We may do a little bit of tweaking, but we'll restart you back up. How many times have we done this now? Do you realize that? How many times it's been? These forms, these vessels that were created, mind you, have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. See? Whenever you hear a specific sound, like just weird noises, it comes at specific points. If you ever do a video and you're talking about something very pertinent, you talk about something very important, very specific, you'll get a weird noise that take place. A siren, something just comes out of nowhere. Oh, I'm on to something. It's almost like when you're live and then you're talking about real stuff that they don't want you to talk about, and then the signal just gets, or it just stops.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall.
Oh, he's on to something. She's on to something. So, yeah. But I digress. All right. What are you eating? What are you putting in your bodies? I've already talked to you about lemons and flavonoids.
Additionally, some flavonoids may have anti-cancer properties and may help to lower blood pressure, improve blood flow, and improve cognitive function. Flavonoids are also known to have cardiovascular benefits. They can help in preventing blood clots, reduce inflammation, and improve the health of blood vessels. Studies have shown that a diet rich in flavonoids is associated with a lower risk of heart disease. Flavonoids also have antiviral and antibacterial properties, which makes them a potential target for the treatment of various infections.
Like, if you're still putting yourself in the mimicry programming where you get sick and all that stuff, you can eat certain things that help prevent that. You can listen to specific sounds, and it's not sounds that you would be able to get from any of these platforms. It's specific sounds. Now, if you look into Royal Rife, you'll actually get a little bit of understanding of what kind of frequencies are out there that can actually help you. But anything that you listen to from these platforms or on these devices are geared at a specific hertz, and it's not helpful. Okay, it's not meant to be helpful. It's meant to keep you from actually achieving or knowing.
You can broadcast frequencies carrying information. This technology has long been known. Carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes information. The brain will decode those frequencies and will have those perceptions. You can externally influence people's perceptions externally by broadcasting these frequencies that we interact with, because we are antenna.
The sad reality is that where we now play our music is in A440. Where did that come from? It used to be 417. A440 came in with the Roman Catholic Church. They suppressed the frequencies. They lost somehow the 152 of the best Gregorian chants, including the hymn to St. John the Baptist, which we've now recovered. That particular hymn was what triggered Dr. Palaio's investigation, looking for those frequencies of vibration by which the music was played. It was known as the most uplifting hymn of all the ages, the most spiritually uplifting hymn. Hymn to St. John the Baptist. It was played to 6 tones. These are those 6 tones. These are those 6 frequencies. And so the A440 is what now is the standard tuning. If you go A439, you're closer to one of the Creator's tones. If you go A441, you're closer to one of the Creator's original tones. That's how precisely it has been manipulated. To do what? To shut down the 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain that operates the heart-mind to the divine human community.
So just be mindful of that. You may have to buy a special machine or build a special machine if you know how to do that thing. If you can discern, if you can actually pull from the ether to create that, you may have to do that. So tell us about the economy that you're planning. You want to know about the economy? Well, it's based off energy. I'm out. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Energy can make you live for a long time. Oh, well, I'm back in. Tell us more. Well, we do adrenochrome. Yes, I do. I know that. Why? It helps us keep our, boyish, girlish figures. There's consequences behind that.
As your attorney, I advise you to take a hit out of the little brown bottle in my shaving kit. You won't need much.
What is this shit?
That stuff makes pure mescaline seem like ginger beer. Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome?
I stomped him and pulled all his teeth out.
I remember thinking, Jesus, what a terrible thing to lay on somebody with a head full of acid.
They'll be looking for both of you. Yeah, I know, Lucy, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Anyway, the last thing in the world you want to do is call this hotel again. They'll trace the call and put you straight behind bars. I gotta get off. Really have this phone tap, baby. Hey! Hey! I'm innocent! It was you! It was you! It was you! It was you! Don't put that thing on me! Well, that's that.
There's easier methods. Purer methods. That's not too pure. It's it's got a lot of problems when it comes to that. Well, we'll take that risk. We look good once we do it. Well, all right. But tell us more. What do you propose? Well, you're going to have to get on the good foot now, aren't you? Sign him up for leadership. You're next. We already know who you are, so, my lord. Please don't do that. I don't like it. But just call me Mike. On a little if you're nasty. But, So, what's left to talk about? Now, we could talk about an endless, wide array of topics. You really gloss over a lot of stuff. You don't go in detail. Please go in detail. Look, if I go in detail too soon, the point will be lost. There's a specific method to all of this. I have to do it in the way that I was dictated to do it. And when I say dictated to, vessel-wise. Past that, it was designed in a specific manner so that the narration can be coaxed in a specific manner without leading to degradation, leading to glitches that could cause issues in the near future. But there are already glitches taking place. True, very true. Those glitches are easily controlled. Very much so. So, I'm not worried about that. But, with that being said, you're very egotistical. If you're just not realizing that. When it comes to the vessel, I love this vessel. I love this face, actually. I've used this face three other times, yeah. Certain vessels get recycled over and over again. Sometimes you just love a specific vessel so much that, and when I say love, I mean you just enjoy it because it picks up certain frequencies easier than others. Far easier. So, That's why we chose specific vessels. Levi?
Drinking Alone in the Moonlight by Levi. A cup of wine under the flowering trees. I drink alone, for no friend is near. Raising my cup, I beckon the bright moon, for he, with my shadow, will make 3 men. The moon, alas, is no drinker of wine. Listless, my shadow creeps about at my side. Yet with the moon as friend and the shadow as slave, I must make merry before the spring is spent. To the songs I sing, the moon flickers her beams. In the dance I weave, my shadow tangles and breaks. While we were sober, 3 shared the fun. Now we are drunk, each goes his way. May we long share our odd, inanimate feast, and meet at last on the cloudy river of the sky.
Otto? Thomas Cartwright. Who the hell is Thomas Cartwright? No worries, you don't even need to know. Don't need to know it all. Salem witch trials. It was a thing. Whole thing. That year was such a vibe. Not really. Not really. But yeah. With that, hopefully this message is not too convoluted, not too outside of the scope or realms of reality for you to comprehend, which some of what I speak about can be seen as that, outside of the realms of reality, outside of the scope of where our minds can go. But
you're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of one's fears and the summit of one's knowledge. You are now traveling through a dimension of imagination. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
As linear thinkers, of course, but you have to realize that you can think deeper. If you watch certain videos out there, you see that there are some people who are wild, wild, wild. And if you actually watch a lot of these TikTokers, social media influencers, you know that the crazy ones get propped up. These people are, and please forgive me for saying this, batshit crazy, okay? Cuckoo. But that's a perspective base. They might be onto something. Obviously, they're making good money. This society's so messed up, though. You know, I mean, they're still making good money. They're propped up for a reason. Who props them up? The pyramid. But why? For controlled measures. Control. It's all about that big control. As somebody who talks about numerology would say, C. C is a bunch of criminals. C is criminals. Okay? Corruption. Corporations. Capitalism. Communism. A bunch of criminals. If you go by numerology standpoint, he's using his hands way too much. Hush. Hush. Silence.
Silence! It is time to put the humans to death.
But the judge already sentenced us at the trial.
Silence! That was just a show for the public.
I am using my hands a lot more, so let me calm down. That's a little bit much. I don't like to do that because I don't need that kind of coaxing. Some people have to use their hands to coax you. I don't need to. Yes, you're absolutely right. Please listen to me, only me. I don't need to do any of that. And my apologies for doing that to you, but examples needed to be, made, so I had to. But yeah, with that, hopefully you are learning alchemy, alchemizing your foods, alchemizing your energy, alchemizing your emotions. Because someone else is doing that to you. They're using your energy against you. You just don't realize it. But that's just the way it is. Why did you make it like this? Doesn't it make it far more interesting? Giving the life form something to do, something to strive for, even in its limited and simplistic aspects, while keeping them in a specific spot. I wonder where these governments learned it from. My word. So, with that, I'm not going to go off too deep into the sticks because I could keep going at this point. I think I can, actually. I think I can. If only I had a brain. So, apologies about the hand. Hand to use, manipulate. Yes. Thank you, Yoda. Thank you so much. Please, stop. So, with that, hopefully you are living life to the best of your ability. You're doing this journey without being coaxed and distracted and broken. And you're, even if you are being broken, distracted, and coaxed, you realize that you can, this is on you. You can break free of that if you choose to. This is your choice. Free will and all. What's that face? Nothing. Oh, nothing. Nothing. But with that out the way, look. I have to fix this because it be sliding. And I'm just like, oh, it be. Don't do that. I'm just a character. Okay? Just like all of us who propagate, we're just characters. Now, if you need that higher self, that I hate saying that term. If you need Anlel, I can give it to you. Most definitely. But that's for a different time. So until then, you got Michael. So, as always, with a smile on and positive vibes your way. For the light workers, keep doing your thing. For the chosen, stay on mission. And for those who know, let's get it.